And then Chucky Lozano comes in.
Living off of 18?
Oh my God, just explaining these things, folks. Like, ay, cabrón, como me duele. What's up, folks? Welcome back to another episode of Golsided Monday edition.
A huevo.
Tenía que ser en Monday.
Rainy Monday edition.
Rainy-ass Monday in the Bay. Because la Selección de México perdió por todos lados. No mames.
Embarrassing.
Bad weekend to be a Mexico fan. Good one if you were drunk like us.
algo.
A little algo. But stay tuned, folks. We're going to talk about la Selección de México, the U20s that disappointed, La Mayor that disappointed against Colombia in a friendly. Where do we go from here? La Mayor plays against Ecuador tomorrow. La Menor, pues, hopefully to help us at the World Cup.
Hopefully, we'll see.
But stay tuned for our predictions for the next game. Stay tuned for who we think the best starting 11 for Mexico should be at the 2026 World Cup because they need all the help they can get. Let's get it. Salud, Cesar.
Salud.
Let's go, mi Cesar.
Let's go.
You said it. Está lloviendo.
Sí, está frillito.
Y agua, dicen, ¿no?
Y agua. Much needed, huh?
Eso. Yeah, last time it rained, I was like, it's going to get hella green out here. They didn't get green.
I know. I was passing by Union in Hollister. Ya se está mirando algo verdecito. Because it rained like a week ago y como dijiste, it didn't get...
Not too green, pero ojalá ahora sí. The Bay está agarrando su baño now. We don't get a lot of rain, but it's starting to rain now. Perfect time. Your local grass will be nice and good para ir a jugar. The winters aren't too wet here.
Yeah.
So ojalá se ponga bueno el pasto now.
Yeah, and definitely feeling that Halloween vibe around in las tardes.
You have a costume?
I have a costume in mind. Haven't bought it.
Oh, yeah. You told me last time.
Yeah, but I've decided on one.
Every year I've wanted, but never done it, to be a ref.
Oh, okay.
So you're like, especially at the vibe, not just trick-or-treating, but with your homies. Y los sacas amarillas y rojas.
Sí, con el hueso.
Hey, te vas VAR. A las duchas.
Yeah.
And then VAR, and then you have your girl just like hold up the video like this. Yeah. Like somebody took video of them doing a party foul. I think that'd be great. You guys let us know in the comments.
That'd be cool.
What are you guys going to be for Halloween? Give us your best soccer-inspired costumes. That'd be good.
Unos Ted Lassos.
What can you think of? I don't know. I'd be like, what used to be good? Like Neymar all injured, right? That was probably a good one.
Oh, yeah.
I used to just throw on whatever soccer jersey and shin guards and be like, I'm a soccer player.
Yeah, that's what I did when I was like 8.
No, bro, I was doing this shit like in college.
Stay away.
I didn't want to go buy something. So
college.
Yeah, I would just wear like a Barcelona jersey. I had one. I used to have one.
Wow, míralos.
Contrary to popular belief.
Which one? The one with Neymar, the one with like the
No, bro. No, my sister got it for me. She went to Spain for her high school trip. And then at the airport, she found like a bootleg
Barcelona jersey.
Yeah, it had the Nike logo, but when you feel it, you're like, this is not real. But yeah, I was a Barcelona player one year, apparently.
Oh, well.
Let us know, folks, in the comments. Welcome back to episode 168.
168.
Para la otra toca no bueno. No, pues,
no, exclusive content.
No se tiene que decir lo que es el número que sigue. But welcome back. Like we said, jam-packed agenda. Monday edition, Seleccion de Mexico. We're going to go over the 2 matches. That's basically all I want to get into because I think there's a lot to talk about there. We'll start off with the U20 World Cup, how they disappointed us against Argentina again, como siempre, and then against Colombia. But let's get right into it. The first match, the U20 World Cup, they were both on Saturday, no?
Yeah.
Both on Saturday. Yo andaba en la peda, güey.
I know, we were on foot mob. Omar, ya van perdiendo. Omar.
Yeah, just letting you know we had a little party this past weekend and everyone was on their phones. Like every table had like a phone out and they were kind of like either on live or they were broke and they were just on foot mob checking. But everybody knew what the score was and they kept telling me, Omar, 2-0.
Dude, yeah, it wasn't fun.
So, yeah, Mexico loses.
The party was fun.
The party was so much fun. Let's clarify that. Mexico loses 2-0 U20s after a pretty good showing up until now, right? 2 draws in group, 1 win against Morocco, which is a bit of a surprise win and a great thing. Well, we should hold this team to that standard. like them beating Morocco, I think was like, yeah, bro, okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
You guys are a golden generation. Let's go. Keep that going. Y luego les toca a Chile, los anfitriones, which could have been a little bit gnarly. We talked about it last week. Pretty easy win.
Yeah, I mean, mainly because we didn't know if the group Mexico was in, like, was the true group of death.
Yep, for sure was.
Like, there's always that, like, risk of, que tal si maybe we're overhyping them, or maybe we thought, España, Brazil were stronger, but now we go into a different group, and the difference was abysmal. 4-0 le gana Mexico. And you can tell it's just the quality Mexico had was on top of whatever Chile.
So we're all riding a high. We think that we're looking really good.
Exactly, yeah.
Especially, I mean, Chile is not a huge superpower right now, but this generation was thought to be good. And then you think that with that generation being good and being anfitriones, they were going to pull something out, right? But now against Argentina, neighbors right next door, so they're basically home too. But then these guys are a whole different ballgame. We talked about it. A lot of these guys, first division minutes in Vélez, and freaking all these teams, and one in Botafogo, the striker from freaking Bayer Leverkusen. So these guys were more hombrecitos, and it was really a big test of, in my opinion, of that. How strong can Mexico come out? Will they play like kids, or will they play like men? Will they graduate to that level? Unfortunately, if I could wrap it all up, I don't think Mexico came 100%, came through and gave their best game, or really gave the best showing to really feel like they could hang their heads up high. If I were them, I would be a little bit disappointed. If I'm the coach, I'm really disappointed. But a 2-0 loss against Argentina. Give me your thoughts, Cesar.
Yeah, I mean, overall, disappointing. Overall, sabor amargo, sabor como diciendo, Argentina always has that edge over us. Like, it doesn't matter if it's the U20s, doesn't matter if the 17s, la Seleccion Mayor, the U23s. Like, it always feels like there's just Argentinian in the way, and just Mexico can't get over that. Yep. And
there needs to be, in my opinion, there needs to be like a golpe de autoridad from a generation, from a team, to really say, like, it is a level playing field, because you see Argentinian content creators, Argentinian ESPN Deportes or whatever, and it's just another match. It just happened, and then it was easy as pie, and we moved on.
Yeah.
Pero para la Selección de México, these are freaking core moments in your life. These are like, we got to get through this big old freaking hunch in front of us, this big old hill. Yeah. And sometimes it seems impossible.
Yeah, it's definitely more an our thing, like a Mexico thing. And it just takes you back to those moments, like the Maxi Rodríguez golazo que te metieron en el 2006. Te recuerda esos momentos donde it's all just in our heads. And I'm sure, like, for these kids to grow up and or hear these stories or watch the replays of these games, they definitely went into that. Whether a lo mejor fueron con una confianza enorme y en la cancha le dieron un golpe a los argentinos, a los mexicanos, diciendo, hey, cabrones, like, que se creen, ¿verdad? Or maybe it was just like those ghosts in the closet. It's Argentina, and like anything can happen and we might lose, ¿verdad? So it's just, it's definitely a mind game for Mexicans before the initial whistle, like, for sure.
No, for sure. I think there is a mental piece to it that Mexican players need to get over. But then there also is a difference in quality también a veces.
Yeah,
like
and
in this
the
case,
mental piece is one part of it, right? Yeah. And then if we want to get into the quality, like, I mean, like you said, son hombrecitos.
These guys are all, they are 17, 18, 19, 20, but they are playing like they're 22, 23, 24.
Yeah.
And a lot of Mexico players are undersized. So, like,
that was a huge piece.
That was a huge piece. And you can make do with that. You can be fine with being an undersized team, because Mexico, on average, everybody is very small, especially from the mid forward.
Yeah.
But you can get through with that. Mora was cooking this whole tournament. So was Chicha Sanchez, the shortest guy in the whole tournament. Like, they can make do with it, but it doesn't help you. And that's just an additional cosita that they got on you. They have the talent on you. They have the size on you. Even if you play small ball on them, they're still going to, like, va a pesar how big they are on you. So just overall, it just seemed like it was an uphill battle. Argentina really came out, in my opinion, to get an early goal, salir adelante, and then play counter the rest of the time and control the game. Not just like darles el respeto a Mexico, score and then we give up, but rather control the game how they wanted to in all aspects, because they were so good at hitting y ellos no perdieron la cabeza.
Yeah.
But then Mexican players would lose their head really early on. Desde el minuto uno, como que, I don't know if the coach gives the directions, hey, bro, we talked about it last time. Mora's going to get hit. You're going to get hit. You're going to get hit. Be hombrecitos and hit back, right? But sometimes it's not really about that. It's quien tiene la frialdad in that head. And it seemed like the Argentino players knew to hit, that they would get pissed and they'd be laughing it off. And the Mexican players would take it to heart, and that's in your head.
Yeah, I think it was like 40 seconds in, or like a minute and some change in, where they hit Gilberto Mora. It's like one of those.
Y lo tenían the whole
50 entradas, pero donde te dejan el recuerdito, ¿da? And even from then, like, you can tell that was the game plan. And if you're Mexico and ya te están pegando tu figura, like 30 seconds in, a minute in, you're going to feel emotional. You shouldn't, but that's what Argentina was banking on, is like, can we like offset them? Can we play this mental piece? Because maybe it'll work, maybe they'll be emotional. Y si no, de todos nosotros jugamos nuestro juego porque así lo planearon.
Yeah. I think you can play that emotional game if you know how to control it.
Right.
And the Mexican player, if in every single game in this tournament, they don't show that fire. They don't show that I'm going to defend my homie. I'm going to slide tackle you. Te voy a quebrar a ti. I can handle being on a yellow. They never had to exhibit that the whole freaking tournament. So then why do you have to change that for Argentina? We get it. Like, you're trying, in my opinion, they got an assignment to grow up, to mature for the occasion. And then they took it a little too literal. They took it a little bit too gnarly. Eduardo Lalo Arce probably told them, like, yo, let's hit back when they hit us, right? Pero también, bro, like, sometimes no tienes que cambiar what the team is doing and have them be the cooler head, because they're trying to get you to get pissed off. And then what ends up happening? You get 2 red cards. You give up an early goal. Y te están repartiendo madrazos the whole game.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that are completely controlling the game. The tempo, they allow you to have the ball. They're fine with it. Te están contragolpeando. They're getting yellow cards and they're totally fine with it. They're used to it.
Yeah.
And then you end up with more red cards, dude. Like, I don't. It just seemed like, in my opinion, I put a lot of blame on Lalo Arce, and I think he completely just got outclassed by like a juvenil coach, bro. También.
Yeah.
Ni es pa tanto.
Yeah, and I think también overall, like, the way these players are brought up, like, I don't know exactly the background of like Mexican players, but I know for a fact that like los argentinos crecen en barrio, and that goes across the board because of just how hungry they are to play soccer. Everybody wants to be that next Messi, the next Di Maria. So it just breeds that level of competitiveness where you have to like be smart enough and have that IQ que, okay, una patadita aquí, otra acá, I'll turn around and just give you a smile, like, you know, and play that mental piece. And esas cosas cancheras o de barrio, you can't necessarily teach it unless you're brought up in that environment. So it's very like interesting seeing it here, pero también it's very apparent how much of a difference there is in just characteristics and like style of play when it comes to that. And Mexico lost heavily on that. Yeah,
extra cancha for sure, in the head game for sure, and then you're already down a goal right at that point. And then even more, you're down a goal because you get scored on within like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So maybe getting right into the game, maybe a theme that I'll put for you guys. I think it's too much respect from Mexico from a soccer perspective. Se les respetó mucho a los argentinos, but then no se les respetó when it came to extra cancha, in the head, like repartiendo madrazos and all that stuff. But once the ball gets put into the game, like once the game is stopped from a foul that they would do, that Mexico would do, I thought Mexico showed zero respect to los argentinos. Como que ahí empezaba otro partido to fight, right? To go and push for your homies. But then they would put the ball down y a jugar, and les daba miedo, güey. They would, in the first goal, granted Mexico was down a player, we'll talk about it in a second, but Argentina moves the ball, and they're moving the ball, walking it in to Mexico's side. They basically walk in, they give a ball into the middle, and the guy walks in between all of the sixes, all of the mids. Gilberto Mora is the most far back six, and he's not even a defensive mid. He was the one that was closest, which I'll burn him in a little bit. I think he had something to do there. Pero caminaron by themselves. So where's that fire? Why does it have to be after a foul? They foul your homie and all of a sudden you get all mad. That doesn't help you in the game no matter what.
Yeah.
But the moment that they get the ball and they go towards you, and it's both of the goals. In both of the goals, es de miedo, es de respeto, es de too much respect. They walked right into your fucking house. Y ahí no te salió el rencor, el enojo.
Yeah. It's the level, like the stages they're in, huh? Maybe it's too much of a stage for Mexico, the Mexican players, que they get stage fright y no saben qué hacer, a todos aturdidos. And I think it's also back to the canchero thing. Like, Alexi Dominguez gets fouled and ultimately has to get a sub out because salió lesionado.
Mm-hmm.
There's about like 5 minutes where Mexico's down a man. Y ahí es donde tienes que defenderte a todo lo que da because you're down a man. It goes along with what you're saying.
It literally took like 3 minutes to get off on the field. I think he got injured in the fifth, and then they scored the goal in the ninth, like on the next play.
Right.
It's
so like you have to kick it out of bounds. Se tiene que tirar el portero because el portero cuando se tira,
the game stops.
The game has to stop. Just fake something, like do something, or camberos come inside and warm up inside and just get right into it.
That's what I don't understand. Coaching decisions también ahí. My guy, Lalo, what are you doing? How are you? He was pissed afterwards. I saw him. He was pissed because lo que sí no le faltan son enojos a ese güey. Sí se enoja. Right? When he yelled at Amauri, we've talked about on the pod, when he yelled at Tafo at the Toulon. But like, no le faltan enojos. But just because you get mad doesn't make you a good coach either. Just because you can identify when things go wrong doesn't mean you're a good coach. Getting ahead of it, figuring out what to do. You're a player down in the biggest game of your career because the only thing you've done is coach Puebla. Like, this is the biggest game of your career. You have a golden generation. You need to get to the final one way or another. And you allow your team to be down to 10 men. Alexi Dominguez got carried off on a freaking stretcher. He's not coming back.
Yeah.
Ref, no, don't start the game until I get my 11th in because he literally went out on a stretcher. Like, how did you not have a sub ready in 3 minutes that it took him?
Yeah, not only that, like, you shouldn't be todo frío when you're like 10 minutes into the game. Like, you should still be somewhat warmed up.
You warmed up.
Yeah, you did. Like, chingada madre.
So I don't know. I saw a video of Lalo Arce yelling. I don't know if he was yelling at camberos or like at his bench staff. But you cannot allow the game to start no matter what. There wasn't really a possibility to beat cancheros, right? For the keeper to drop himself. He wasn't involved, right?
Right.
But the guy walked down Alexi Dominguez's side to carry the ball up and then got it into the middle. The guy walked in and shot it right. So, like, who is covering there?
Yeah.
Like,
your striker.
¿Por qué no bajó alguien? Like, you don't tell people, like, hey, tú me metes así, yo me bajo just for 2 minutes.
Yeah, dude.
I no, there's just so much going on here. Like, I mean, también just going.
One of the biggest stages, like you said, like, it's really bad.
It's an embarrassment.
It's an embarrassment.
It's an embarrassment because up until that point, yes, it looked really tough. It looked like an uphill battle, but this Mexico squad has had uphill battles. They've been down against Brazil. They had a tough moment against Spain. They made it work against Morocco. Like, they know how to win in adversity. But you don't give up a free goal, I see. And that was what it was. It was a completely free goal, man. There's just so much to look into about all this. Iker Fimbre starting on the left.
Yeah.
When the game before, he was freaking center defensive mid.
Mm-hmm.
And we called it out that when Garza played against Spain, every goal that you looked at was right outside of the box. ¿Quién faltó? Garza.
Yeah. You're playing with Obed, who's a center defensive. You're playing with Fimbres. You're playing with Garza.
So you basically gave up a lot of despegue, así, para decir, we're going to play defensive.
Yeah.
Right? It is, they weren't super offensive. It is very much like, let's go through Alexi. Si no hay Alexi, pues no hay nada.
Yeah, dude.
Fimbres is very good, but like, why are you putting players out of your positions? You had a team that just won 4-0. Repite el equipo.
Yeah. No se toca. Alineación que juega bien y gana, no se toca.
So he pulls out, and then ¿quién saca? Al más protagonista. The fool that's been going viral. Al Chicha Sánchez.
Sanchez, yeah.
Which I
Tigres.
didn't see a reason to pull him out.
Yeah.
So I don't get it, man. You keep the same formation, but you put a guy out of place. You take somebody out that was in a really good moment. You put him in the last freaking 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Once you're down, basically 2-0 at that point. ¿Qué se va a hacer?
Yeah. Completely desconcentración. I think Lalo Arce has a lot of blame here, combined with the players as well, on the totalmente outplayed. Like, outplayed completely.
I mean, hay para repartir, right? In that first goal, we're still stuck on this first goal. They walk in, right? Sometimes the players you have to be able, you have a captain in there that should be moving players to different positions, but they let them just walk in. Pero también la defensa, water on that goal. También lo dejan caminar. The center defensive mid, water. The closest player to him was Gilberto Mora. We've talked about this. También, I would say, él no se escapa. He should, if he's there.
He's not a defender.
I know, but if he's, no, but the guy that walked is Maher Carrizo. The dude is the center attacking mid. Walks straight in, and if you look in the video, Garza is way out of position. So is Obed Vargas way on the other side, kind of trying to get to the position, I'm assuming, that was wide open. Y dejan todo abiertísimo, but thankfully Mora was back there. But then you see him, he just like, como que le dio unas ganas, but he's like, well, I can't make
get there.
I can't go. Well, I think he could have gotten there, but he just didn't go. Y hasta hace un brinquito when the guy shoots it. Like, you know, those knee jerks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, like, how it gave the vibe like the Messi goal. Like the, ¿por qué, güey? ¿Por qué se durmieron? Why?
It did.
And it had to be Garza. It had to be your center defensive mid when you had Fimbres there. And you have Montiel and you have...
I think with two center defensive mid, you would have been fine. If you would have kept Sanchez, you would have been fine again.
I don't see why you didn't have Obed Vargas, Montiel as your center defensive mids. This Garza kid he is everywhere. Pero lo importante es estar donde necesitas cuando lo necesitas. That's what we said about HH in that play. Dude, you're everywhere, my guy. But why couldn't you freaking have been a little bit closer to the world's best player instead of being a dumbass and just viendo acá, like staring at stars? Right? Same aquí. Bro, like just cover your spots. Y no se pudo. So that was the 1-0. Mexico no da nada. No enseña nada de vida after that. It sucked the life out of them. They don't look great. Emi Ochoa makes a couple of really good saves.
Yeah.
A couple of really good body saves.
I mean, that first goal made a really good save. It was just directly in the path of Carrizo, who was just walking in like we just talked about. But
yeah, so you think it was a pretty good save? He kind of spat it right out, right?
Yeah, it should have been más afuera, hacia afuera, but
ideally would love out.
It was a good reaction save because that shot was hot.
Yeah, and that's the one where it's one of those like you sleep because you're like, I don't have to go because el rebote no lo va a caer a that guy at my mark. That's what Gilberto Mora did. He didn't follow the mark in thinking, no way he's going to spit it out to my guy, and it went right to his fucking guy. But it shouldn't have been him, like we said. But Hugo Camberos, who everyone loves, had to come in at the 10th minute out of emergency because of Alexi Dominguez. And it kind of gave me the vibe, like what we talked about last time, that I am loving Camberos off the bench because it's a different spark off the bench. At the 10th minute, it's basically like you're starting.
Yeah.
So you don't have that. He was trying. He was one of the most fouled players. He was trying. No salían las cosas. But he didn't get the opportunity to do what we thought his role was, which is be a lightning spark in 20, 30 minutes. He had 80 y no se pudo.
Yeah. I do think his attitude whenever he would get fouled era still that impotencia, like getting up really pissed off, trying to see like what he can catch. I just wish he would have just kept going at like a player. You're fast, habilidoso. Go against Soler and give him 2 yellows. Go against Prestiani, whatever his name is, and get him a red card. Esa frialdad que estamos hablando que keep going. Y que put him down to 10 men. Maybe we can turn the tide. Get in the box and go get fouled in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he did what he could. It's just that one little bit that maybe he can learn from.
But that was the big thing. The Argentinos were ready to not get red cards.
Yeah.
Get as many yellow cards as you can, and I bet you they knew who has yellow cards, and el otro güey te va a repartir un... That's what happened with Moran with the Camberos.
Yeah.
The fool that doesn't have a yellow card es el que te va a ir a repartir un madrazo. And they know es canchero, así es, right? And Gilberto Mora was really frustrated too. And Camberos was, like you mentioned, super frustrated, and they get ready, listo para los putazos. My guy, mejor levántate y alístate to do it again.
Yeah.
Yamos. It's just a mentality thing, and they got, I'm telling you, they got taken to school. We could say whatever we want. Oh, if we would have had that one, we would have been closer, but no way. Te van a meter otro. Like, we were playing on Argentina time, in all honesty. The 2-0, también se comieron a todos. One of those typical, like, the guy's going so fast at you kind of, everyone's kind of scared. He's very skillful. Se encierra todo el pinche equipo, and he still dinks it through everybody.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play. Just the way he passes, slots it into.
That was so frustrating. And then it's the perfect storm that your two other defenders leave everyone else on side. And you're like, what are you guys doing? How is there 6 total defenders? 2 of you los están habilitando, and 4 of you guys didn't get the ball.
Yeah.
Entre los squad, 2 center defensive mids, 2 center backs go in to try to take the ball away. Y nobody even, not even un razón al balón.
Yeah.
So
really,
frustrating.
Yeah, really frustrating. Again, uno de esos de balde de agua fría when you're like almost there and Argentina's like, nah, bro. This is the 2-0 para matar la cosa aquí.
Yeah, the guy came off of the bench right at halftime too. And le salió perfecto. I mean, he definitely... I thought the center back... And this is another frustrating thing. You take out Pachuca, who I've been screaming about this entire tournament, and just leave him in. He has first division minutes. Sometimes he's even captain of Puebla. Y lo sacó again at the 46th minute.
Yeah.
Why? Why did you take him out? Like, you need to score 1 goal. But more importantly, you need to not get scored on again. That's bigger.
And he's one of the bigger ones.
He's 6'4", 6'3". Bustos is 5'8", and he's not fast. We could tell in this play because he was ahead of the striker for the ball, but the striker beat him to the ball and still had time to put it away. Like, so no lo entiendo, man. Pachuca's only getting half of the game. Does he get injured every game? No puede, se le acaba el aire. I don't think so.
Saving him for the next game? Okay.
Bro, no, you gotta. Yeah,
I thought Pachuca was a really good, solid defender all tournament, not just,
I get everyone's hyping up Ochoa for the headers and looking fucking flowy hair out there and shit and being the Chivas, but Pachuca is, in my opinion, the best defender out there.
Yeah.
Y no I do not get it. Why? A los defensas centrales no se refresca.
Yeah, rarely you do that.
There's no... I play center back, and I know I'm exhausted out there sometimes, but you cannot put fresh legs isn't a thing for center backs. Your fresh legs is when you're not in the play and you catch your breath.
Yeah, fresh legs is for the outside backs.
Outside backs, right? Like
midfielders. Your Fimbres, but your center backs, casi la defensa nunca se toca. Like, even for me, like, as a coach, I rarely touch my center backs.
And when that's when you have 3 where you take off Fimbres and Homeboy. If you have a 4, no se toca any of them.
Yeah.
Right? That's what we'll get into. That's why they don't take out Jorge Sanchez. Y la cagan también ahí. But no, dude, that was bad.
Yeah, it's just like we said, parecemos disco rayado, pero dude, Argentina's just got us in their pockets.
One of those feelings of impotence. Y luego de ahí, but I don't even want to get into as far as like analyzing it or talking about it at all, but it just becomes a slaughter fest at that point. Is yo te voy a pegar más duro a ti. ¿Ya pa' qué?
Yeah.
¿Ya pa' qué?
But even watching the game, bro, you're like, ¿qué would I say?
Llévatalo.
Yeah.
But it's not
on crutches.
But sometimes it's not even worth it because then they just laugh about it in the locker room, right? Afterward, and it goes viral. Ay, me dolió.
Yeah.
But going back to the Colmilludo piece to it, Cancheros, muy bravitos cuando hay fouls. Why don't you take a player down on that walking up goal 1-0? Why don't 4 of you guys get even un pelito, güey? Ni le despeinaron al güey que dio el pase. Yeah. Why are they so bravitos when you get fouled, but not in the actual game? Es mucho respeto que le dan al talento instead of going al tú por tú. But then all of a sudden, se creen muy bravitos when the ref stops the game. And that's just the frustrating thing.
It's just those moments. They can't identify those moments like they should, right? And it goes back to the canchero piece. Like Argentina knows que, oh, this is a 50-50, pero if I step on you, it's only a yellow, oh, te va a dar más, te va a dar un pisotón más.
They know how to get to that 75%. Oh, casi roja, but I know right, it's not.
Exactly.
And
I know. Pero de tomos maximum, like, te va a doler. ¿Verdad? Como donde Gilberto Mora, where they slipped together, le dejó ahí los taquetes bien puestos.
Yep.
I slipped, ref.
And then the freaking the comentarista from Telemundo was even like, oh, pues se resbaló Mora y él se resbaló. Para mí ni era foul. Exactly. And I was like, bro, because they hide that shit, right? Así es la cosa. And Gilberto Mora's learning it, right? And but it's just so frustrating, man. Like in all of those plays like that. At the end of the game, there was one perfectly illustrated play. I think there were already 2 men down, and I don't remember who it was. One of the wingers de Mexico cuts in and tries to get like one of those whipping shots in. Y el güey de Argentina just straight up pushes him.
I see.
Straight up pushes him.
Even I thought, wait, that's not a foul. No,
that is it is a big foul, but like when we all have ref eyes now, right? You're like, that's not a foul.
Yeah, dude.
it's the 90.
I did a double take and I was
it's the 93rd minute. I'm sorry.
¿Dónde está el balón? No.
But straight up.
Yeah.
And the Argentina player knows I'm not going to get this smart because he's about to sky that ball. But I'm also going to throw him off balance to sky the ball.
Right.
And the ref's not going to
And I'm also going to throw him off balance because se enoje.
Yeah. And it's just, like, ya desde ahí van ganando, güey. It's tough. It's tough. Si se tocara de no platicar con el otro equipo, si se tratara de no tocarse, Mexico would have had an even playing field. But there's so much extra cancha, extracurriculars.
So much things like I said, dude. I bring it back to my girls are from like a wealthy area from the Bay, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
And it's really hard teaching them these things on the es canchero. La idea cuando jugamos contra Pájaro el otro día. No, hombre, las Latinas en Pájaro, dude.
They'd be known.
It's just the different environments you grow in. It's very apparent once you start playing on the field porque ahí es whoever wants it more and whoever has ese colmillo que las demás no tienen. And, I mean, we've seen it here playing as daylight, bro. Yep. It was really hard to watch, but, like, Argentina deserved it at 1,000%.
Yeah.
Like, they deserved to move on to the next round.
Yep. It needed to be almost like a reset the game and try again, Mexico. Now that you know what I would like to do a post-mortem, se dice, ¿no? Retrospective para los PC homies. Donde se ve para atrás al partido and le dice Lalo Arce, okay, ya que viste el partido enterito, ¿qué hiciste mal?
Right.
Por favor, a ver, dime. Because there's so much, and I would think that the players really need a hard look at that, and I hope that Rafa Marquez, who was there for the Morocco game and to my understanding for the group matches and then flew back to Colombia, which in my opinion, I think he should have been there and maybe even stepped into the fucking locker room. Rafa Marquez. In my
opinion, su puesto está allá.
I know, pero my guy. Maybe what I'm saying is speaking more to how much of an imbecile Lalo Arce is and how much gravity Rafa Márquez has en la selección de México.
In such a unique moment.
No es porque yo estoy diciendo que like if Mourinho messes up, then the legendary Benfica player should come to the locker room. No, I'm saying it because it's a U20 level, and I get it. You're training them like hombrecitos, but they're not playing like hombrecitos, and their coach has them playing like fucking children and making childish mistakes that at a certain point, I would assume the corporate side of things, the call has already come in to Rafa Márquez, like, hey, we're going to fire him. This is embarrassing what's happening at halftime, right? I don't know. maybe we're getting a little bit drastic, but I think we need drastic measures para el sistema que tiene la Selección de México.
Yeah.
That, like, I just felt like it needed Rafa Marquez's influence.
In a
Somebody
perfect
else's
world,
fucking influence.
Yeah.
Like, what was happening in that locker room? I bet you was dead quiet, or he was just yelling.
I can see that more.
Just to yell.
Just yelling. After the first goal, he's like this. I'm like, okay, like.
But did you teach them?
Dile, ven, así, quiero que le hagan.
Yeah.
¿Verdad?
It's like, ¿qué les enseñaste, güey? La falta de cerebro es por ti, pendejo.
Somos un conjunto. Pues.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like, that's what some coaches don't get, bro. What you get mad at is sometimes a big old reflection on you.
Big
right?
One. That's huge.
So like, what are you saying, bro? Like, it's just so frustrating, folks. Moving on to more frustrating stuff. And we'll get back to U20s because we want to talk about some players in a bit. But Mexico loses 4-0 versus Colombia that same Saturday. Ya para ese entonces, yo ya andaba pasado de copas.
Sí, no, ya dijimos, no, mal en peor otro shot.
No, mejor ni veo.
Vámonos.
Mejor ni veo. ¿Qué estará pasando aquí, doctor? ¿Será el coach? ¿Serán los jugadores? ¿Será Colombia just that good? What do you think?
It's just a perfect storm. I think it's
because people are blaming Raúl Jiménez, Edson.
Or you see blaming the guys who didn't have anything to do.
That they weren't there.
No, definitely not for a 4-0. You cannot blame it on two players.
Yeah.
I blame it on selected players that were there. Your Diego Lainez, your Orbelín, your Marcel Ruiz.
They started.
Your Malagons.
Mm-hmm.
I blame it on Colombia being really good. Right? I blame it on
James Rodriguez, hijo tú.
And that fucking left foot of his.
Bruh. I mean, he basically put 3 goals con la mano.
Javier Aguirre, I think it's a huge one.
I think it empieza ahí. I think
course,
think tiene que empezar y hasta a lo mejor regresamos, damos la voltereta y se acaba y se me hace.
Yes.
Porque, like, I think we're just getting to, and these come in waves, because before, folks, full clarity, we have talked about, ay, cabrón, we're looking okay.
Yeah.
Ahí vamos armando equipito. Ahí como que algo. But también decir las verdades, and we get back to these flashes of mediocrity. Even worse than mediocrity, just complete, like, absurdity, just how sometimes performances happen. Pero llegamos a estos momentos where you're just like, Vasco, why are you accepting so much mediocrity? There's the meme going around right now. You're losing 3-0. ¿A quién vas a poner? Charlie. Oh, hijos de su pinche madre. Ay, ay.
And we cannot get away with that. Like,
but that's what I'm saying.
Pero
there's only one person responsible for that right now.
Yes.
Right? But then just the mediocrity of the Mexican footballer right now. And it's just like, okay, then what is the next step? ¿Traemos a esos morros a que les parten sus mausers ahora más hombrecitos y se acostumbren?
Sí.
¿O hay mejores jugadores que se pueden traer? They're better players in Liga MX?
I'm looking at the players who came in and I'm like, ay, Dios mío.
No, it's just like, how do you hold these players accountable, right? It's just the national team. It's not club.
How do you, like, maybe keep trying to build a team, but at the same time telling them that they're fucking shit? Like,
yeah, there's just a lot. It's and it can all be summed up by mediocrity. Like, Mexico in the last 9 games salió, ¿verdad? Last 9 games against Conmebol teams, they've won 1-0 against Bolivia, and not in La Paz. Acá en los Estados Unidos.
That was the one in Chicago?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
And then that was the B squad too, the Mexico. Like, it wasn't even the A squad. So, like, with that in mind, it's just like a inferiority complex almost against other better confederations, against la Conmebol, right? But then additional to that, now sale Vasco Aguirre, supposedly, I don't know if it's real, but saying he doesn't want to play top opponents before the World Cup.
I don't know.
To ruin morale. I don't know if it was real, so we'll leave it at that.
That'd be crazy if he's saying that.
But puros moleros para partir los Mausers and then show up as best as possible, ¿no?
To hype up the people y que compren.
Y a los jugadores también. Because ¿en qué le ayuda esto a los jugadores? In my opinion, this helps us as fans and should help the Seleccion because we've said it before, when America doesn't do well until close to playoffs, now we know way before the World Cup what we fucking suck at. And it's everything.
Yeah.
So, like, are we going to fix it? That's the big thing. If you don't.
Yeah. So this is what you want if you have a long-term plan.
This is what you want if you think we'll get there.
Yeah.
But now we don't freaking know. Before this game, I felt okay.
Same. I thought,
right?
okay, maybe un 1-0, un 2-1, donde se mire peleado. But like looking at this game, you're like, holy shit, like we're bad. And you got to keep in mind, in the Coca-Cola rankings, Mexico's 14th, Colombia's 13th. Yeah. You're going to tell me that within one spot, there's that much quality difference?
And Mexico was higher than them for the longest time. También, out of like, nowhere. I don't even know.
Colombia right now is the second best team in CONMEBOL. Other than Argentina, it's Colombia and then Brazil.
Yep.
Ecuador is right there. Le acaban de empatar a Estados Unidos. Like.
Lack of respect. So, yeah, it's just crazy. You could start anywhere from here. I mean, también para la gente that were screaming for Marcel Ruiz, for the Eric Lira, for the switch it up in the mid. I am one of them because I said no, Edson. Eric Lira does a good enough job. He was there y se comió 3 sopes el güey.
No, hombre, y parecía que he had so many sopes que no alcanzó a Luchito Díaz.
Eric Lira we're talking first, but he was Eric Lira was the one that was supposed to be all him and Marcel Ruiz all upon James Rodriguez. And supposedly in league, you're in 2 teams that are way above James Rodriguez's team. And James doesn't look like he can really do well in league because no le ayudan.
Bro, James looks so much better. Like prime James when he plays with Colombia.
Everyone runs for him, right? Like he has top level all around him. Pero por eso te digo, James looked like 5 years ago Real Madrid James here against the 2 best center defensive mids Liga MX has to offer.
Yeah, and I
¿Qué más se le puede pedir? He benched Charlie for Ruiz and for Lira, and it didn't fucking work.
Yeah, it did. And I think James being in Liga MX really helped out Colombia in this game. Well, once we talk about the goals, I'll explain why, but holy shit, he looked like a god amongst men out there.
No, for real. I mean, let's get into the 1-0 set piece. James Rodriguez is probably watching ESPN Deportes and knows that Mexico is completely dog shit at set piece.
Not only that, but knowing that Malagón no sale. No sale a agarrar nada, Malagón. Con todo respeto, I hope we have you on the pod.
No agarra gallinas ese
no
güey.
Agarra gallinas, sí.
No agarra el correo ese güey.
Dude, no sale 2 pasos porque se va a la vez. I don't know, man. Pobrecito, that first goal, he was just a deer in headlights just hoping not to get absolutely hit by those center backs.
Yeah.
Man was hurting.
Yeah. I mean,
and Mexico center backs were on the ground screaming foul.
He looked like he was trying to like actively avoid the ball.
And the players.
Yeah. Trying not to get hit by the players and then also like, hey, no me peguen con el balón tampoco. And anybody could have scored that. There was like 3 freaking Colombians there.
Nobody would have touched it. It still would have gone in. Like, it was so bad, man. Like
that was so bad. So thankfully, the bright spot for Mexico is que así acabó la mitad.
Right.
1-0. It was not too bad, but Mexico didn't look great productively at all. If they had a half, it was probably the first half that was better. They had the ball, pero no saben qué hacer.
And that's the biggest issue. And that's, I feel like before this, we were asking for a 9 because, les damos todos los balones. So we just don't have a 9. Like the Henry Martins in the last World Cup, the Raul Jimenez wasn't there really 100%. The Santi is muy verde. And now I feel like we have a Santi. And when we had Raul Jimenez before this injury, like he was there scoring goals. But Raul Jimenez not being there, now we don't have any creativity even for Santi. Like there's no creativity. There's no Alexis Vega hitting a ball, whipping a ball in, or taking a shot from outside of the box. Nada.
There's no substance.
Yes.
Ahí los ves. Ahí están. Tienen piernas.
And we know what they can do.
Tienen pierna. I mean, I don't know if I know what that they can do. I mean, realistically,
They should be able to.
se les ve que against good teams they can't. I mean, I think that's maybe a realistic thing against maybe Japón, which I thought was an amazing team. At least no se desarmó la defensa. At least that. But I don't think even that showed that they could attack on demand with Raúl, with all the players that they needed.
Yeah.
But, like, there's just nothing of substance, way. Nothing, like, agarran el bal. Parecían peor que el pinche Arsenal, way. Like, when they frustrate you, I was like, this ball's not going anywhere. And I haven't felt that since El Vasco got there. Maybe the first couple months of El Vasco was transition. But it's that frustration, right? We're just like, I'm watching the Mexico game, and I would bet that they would not score. I would put money on them not scoring. And I know I'm going to get frustrated. It's just no productivity. It's no oomph, no connection, no, like, Alexis gets it, and I'm like, well, good luck. Good luck solo.
Yeah.
Orbelin's not going to come help you. Like, ¿quién te va a ayudar?
I saw one play where Sanchez hizo como un 1-2 with Diego Lainez. I'm like, yes. Okay, here we go. He's about to give me a really nice cross. No, but it didn't pass the first player, the first Colombian player on the first post.
I don't know. I think Jorge Sanchez has like a psychological thing, man. I think that fool, like, I think it's too much into his head. I think he's been
criticized so much that now he just tries to cope and just block everything and say in his head, no, I'm actually better than what people say I am.
Because you saw his interview.
Yeah.
He said, pues en lo personal yo tuve un buen partido. Why would you say that at 4-0?
Nice.
My guy, let's get right into it. The 2-0, you got completely wrecked by Luis Diaz. Completely wrecked.
Yeah.
James Rodriguez gets it in the middle, and then all of a sudden he's old James or Kevin De Bruyne. Just mocos, cabrón, ahí te va.
And it passes right next to Jorge Sanchez.
Pass right next to him, but somehow he was 5 steps behind Luis Diaz.
Yeah.
And then Luis Diaz is like, correle, cabrón, que no me alcanzas. I don't know.
Yeah, once it's passed, and I'm like, yeah, bro, you're cooked. It passed right next to him, and I was like, wait, soplale o algo, aviéntate. Just don't let that.
Throw your shoe at it, cabrón.
Sí, la chancla, I don't know, la lengua, bro, anything, but just don't let that ball go through to Lucho, because we know how fast and good he is. Like, you're cooked at
the
that.
moment that it gets to Lucho, it's game over.
Yeah, and Jorge Sanchez saying that is just completely, like, I don't know what's reality anymore if he's saying that he had a good game.
That play made him look not professional. It made him look... That was worse than Marc Bartras with Gareth Bale, that freaking wonder goal. Yeah. Oh, my God. No, that was completely terrible. Chipped Malagón, right? And that's one of those goals that tampoco no le echas mucha culpa a Malagón, but, like, if you squint hard enough, you're like, ayúdanos,
sí,
por favor.
Eres portero de selección.
Malagón a couple years ago would have saved
Te pido
us.
una nomás.
Mexico needed one. Like one of
those saves donde te ayuda con la confianza y dices, okay, like, come on, guys, you know? That one was really hard. I think out of the 4 goals, esa es la que menos le echo la culpa.
Yeah, same.
Pero he just looks really bad either way. Like the way he gets chipped, the way he goes up with his hands, it's like no práctica, no idea de cómo salir. Because goalies like usually have like an idea, like that's their set idea. Y cómo salen.
Yeah, I mean we knew
así,
Osvaldo.
Otros salen al Cristo, you know.
Yeah, we knew Osvaldo.
Pero este güey sale with a mixture of like 3 different ones.
What happened to that old like fucking X Games Malagón that would just fucking mocos cabrón like?
Él salía al Cristo. Él salía algo
Cristo,
así.
O al madrazo, güey. Remember that fool would always get hurt.
Yeah.
Like, so I was like, maybe ya está medio frágil, but no es la misma. Dude. It's not the same aura anymore. The 3-0 también no le echo mucha culpa. The 3-0, James again con un pinche guante, crosses it in. He doesn't even go up for it, no? He como que quiere, como que no, como que.
Yeah, but you see, if for example, ponemos a un Ter Stegen, a un Joe Hart, a un Schmeichel.
They're tall.
Right. That's the thing is like, imaginemos.
He's also thinking about
chingonas.
it. He's thinking about it that he's short. He's thinking about it.
Yes, of course.
He's like, no.
He's like, yeah, that's too far. But imagine if we did uno con una rasguñada con algo que le dé.
He's done it.
A 6'4", 6'5" player.
He's done it.
I know, but la confianza no está ahí.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Maybe somebody needs to tell him, yo, I would rather you fuck up, but like, go out there and be that Batman Malagón that just fucks up a fool, y ni modo.
Yeah.
Then be the Ochoa vibe, the no voy porque tengo miedo. Y mejor me quedo aquí.
Sí, a ver qué pasa.
And maybe en los tres postes, I'll block it. Right? No, bro, get out there and win us it. No. Yeah. Pero le cae a Jefferson Lerma and that fool just fucking.
He's like.
Go straight Premier League
cakes.
vibes.
Yeah, easy.
Pinche golazo.
Un pinche golazo la agarró chulísima. Nothing Malagón can do after that point.
Yep, nothing any of us can do. Honestly, yo andaba tirando pinches cosas. I'm like, la verga.
Yeah, dude.
Que alguien nos ayude.
Ya paguen todo, acábenlo ya de una vez.
And then Chucky Lozano comes in.
Living off of 18?
Oh my God, just explaining these things, folks. Like, ay, cabrón, como me duele.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's not.
Literally fucking hilarious.
It's not, dude.
So we're down 3-0 against Colombia. It's like I'm telling a joke, like, but I'm not. It's just like, and then
we're building up to it.
And then El Chucky comes in, and then Tecatito. Nomás faltaba ese güey.
El Chicharito que metió gol.
We'll talk about
Convóquenlo ya.
Yeah, he's ready. He's asking for it to come back, but Chucky Lozano comes back. He looks good and ágil. I'll give him that. I was really excited when I would see him with the ball, off the ball, moving. Obviously, you're losing 3-0. Whoever comes off the bench wants to be a new face, dar nueva cara, no? But then he has one play where he does a give and go y le sale un pinche churrito. And I immediately hella remembered. I was like, oh, that's why we didn't like you back in the day, bro.
Yeah, not only that, but ese churrito yo los daba cuando tenía 11, 12 años, bro. Like,
oh, dude, they were bad.
Yeah, I mean, I get his wanting to, like, get to the ball. He did really good up to that point, and then he just, with his gas, like, his legs just gave up on him.
He just came off the bench.
And, yeah, he just whiffs the ball and just gives it to Ospina. Ospina's like, all right, thanks.
Mexican ballers need to squat a little bit more. No, algo. Para que tengan piernas when they need it. But yeah, that was the Mexican highlight of the game basically at that point. And then there was a 4-0. Entró el Gordo Quintero. No manchen.
El Gordo Quintero, así le dicen.
I don't know, pero está gordito. Juan Quintero, who's over at Racing, I believe.
River.
He's back at River now. Yeah, on the bench, I guess. And he starts cooking us también. Nah, ya ni la chingan, cabrones. Jesus, that was the same play that James did. They just copied and pasted and put this fool in, and he did it again to this dude Carbonero, who apparently was very emotional because he scored a túnel to Malagón. Le hizo túnel.
Yeah, dude.
And then se puso a llorar. I don't know.
Malagón on the ground.
I don't know.
Los dos. Bueno, el que metió gol por alegría y el otro por despecho.
I don't know what happened to Carbonero. Hopefully everything's okay in the personal life, but you got your goal. And you embarrassed Malagón terribly. Yeah. I think every pundit out there in the soccer world was like, no, that's it.
Yeah. It's just Malagón's the best we have. And holy shit, how terrible is he? Like, we can put your Chivas goalie. Won't do any better.
I think for sure, I know now we're unveiling multiple positions that we need help, that we need some milk. But I think alarms need to be sounded on the keeper position, in all honesty.
Yeah, at this point,
it's crazy.
If we're going to get this Malagón, que no tiene confianza, que no agarra ni una, doesn't go out for any crosses, like, I'd much rather have Acevedo. like, I'd much rather have a flying motherfucker who's just going to go out there and just do whatever it takes.
At least look extra. Yeah. At least look like he's trying.
At least que se desgreña un poco y Dude, because Malagon is so frustrating now. And he's in my America, but you just got to say how it is.
Oh, man. But, I mean, you're like, look at the youth levels. Emi doesn't even get ni a la banca, güey.
Yeah.
Azul.
And he's probably the brightest star, right? Tiene altura, tiene bloqueo. He can use his feet. Sale a cortar crosses. Like, but he's never going to see the daylight at Cruz Azul.
And then you look around and you're like, all right, the top teams keepers are those ones, pero no hay de otros. Cruz Azul doesn't have one, right? And then, I don't know, Pumas has Gaylor now. No more Alex Padilla. He's not even, he's not even in the running.
Who was the other kid, like the 18-year-old, 19-year-old?
Lara?
Yeah.
He's
like,
he's Emmy's backup right now. But
he's also like 5'9".
But that's what I'm telling you. Like, you look around and you're like, well, there's not even one that you can say, like, denle chance a ese way. You're like, no.
Yeah.
Well,
they got to come back and look at the Bay and maybe find something here.
Yeah.
Mexico Americano or, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
LA.
They could have gone with, ¿cómo se llama? Carlos Moreno from Pachuca. Just a big motherfucker. Just a big old motherfucker. I mean, so maybe just wrapping it up for that. I mean, they're going to play against Ecuador. And the game against Ecuador is going to be in Akron, in Guadalajara. Finally, a game in Mexican soil. I don't know. My prediction, they're probably going to start Tala. It's in Jalisco. So much pressure. You just got smacked 4-0. You're going to get booed.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get booed.
Yeah, it's better to give Malagon a rest.
Rest Malagon. But at the same time, giving Tala a chance.
Yeah.
In his hometown.
At his hometown, home stadium.
Had his team. See what he does. And then, I don't know, if I am Vasco, I'm probably hoping he goes off.
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
And it might be pretty close. I don't know. I think we're closer than ever that if he does have a World Diva game, somehow, I don't expect it, but somehow, that El Vasco might be like, you know what?
Maybe I overlooked you.
Let's start you poco a poquito. You got a year left, kid. Good luck.
Yeah.
Malagon, sorry, but not sorry.
Yeah, and hopefully that lights a fire in Malagon, and now he has to go off. He has to watch his tape from back when he first joined America, became a tricampeón, and say, look, what's changed? Like, what's going on that's changed? And get back to that more than anything, because if you have two semi-decent, competent goalies, then ahí sí te puedes dar el lujo de escoger el que esté en mejor forma. And not just choose Tala out of despair.
We should have done a deal with the devil, man, to have Chuy Corona right now. That would have been, imagine that, bro. If he was in his peak. Talavera. Why did we have them all at the same time?
Yeah, honestly,
Talavera.
they were done dirty, but
Ochoa.
we thought we were on the up, not going down. Imagine el chico de Querétaro, que luego se fue a Tigres. Imagine if we would have given that. Tapia. Where's he at now?
Bench at Tigres, I think.
They come and go.
It's crazy. Where are we, folks? Watch, and then we're gonna win against Ecuador, and we're gonna be like, Arriba Mexico.
Never doubted them.
Never doubted y'all. All right, Cesar. I don't know if we prepped this, but let's just do it en caliente, así como una tortilla. Give me your predictions. Give me your best. Not even a prediction. Your best starting 11 for Mexico at the 2026 World Cup. Okay. Give me a starting 11. Así pongo.
For now, Malagon is still at goal. Right back. Si se recupera, con que le den una semana que digan he's A-okay from the doctor, Rodrigo Huescas.
Una semana.
Has to be there. No le hace que 12 hours before he gave him the green light. After that, it's Cesar Montes, Vasquez. I think they played long enough. They know each other. Cesar Montes is shaky, pero esa dupla, meter a Edson ahí no se me hace justo. Keep Cesar Montes and Vasquez there. And then el chico de AZ Alkmaar, Mateo Chavez at left back. Then you have your Edson, your Montiel, and Mora. Esos dos ahí. Y luego Vega. I'll keep Roberto Alvarado for now. And then Raul Jimenez.
Jesus. 4-3-3. I don't know.
1-6 y luego los two center mids.
Yeah. After this past game, I'm going to go with 3 in the back. I think we need 3, like back line of 5, basically. Yeah. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit from you. I think Tala Rangel gets his shot, and I hope that he goes off, and I hope he takes it the whole way, and it's all about confidence. Tienes que llevar al portero el que esté más listo. You have to take the keeper with the most confidence in that moment. And Tala, I think, has more confidence right now than Malagon. I would put Tala at keeper. I would put a back line of 3 center backs. I would put Johan Vasquez, of course. I would bring in Edson Alvarez to the center back position, and then I would even put Israel Reyes at right center back.
So no Cesar Montes.
If Cesar Montes no se ponen las pinches pilas.
No, dijimos que right now.
But
Israel Reyes.
Right now, Israel Reyes. I would put him over.
Not a bad shout.
Out wide, I would put if Huescas recovers 100%, Huescas a right wing back. If not, we put in Julian Araujo. I think it's far and gone that Mexico needs to put. Mexico cannot put Jorge Sanchez day one at that World Cup. It needs to be Huescas, or El Vasco needs to figure out a way to stop being a baby about Araujo and get him minutes at the Seleccion if it needs to be only there. Left wing back, I think it's still Gallardo. Mateo Chavez needs to get minutes at Alkmaar.
He's getting minutes right now.
He needs to get more. He needs to freaking ball out. He got player of the week 1 week, right, for outside back. In the middle, you got 3 there. I would put a Marcel Ruiz. I would put a Eric Lira, and then I put Gilberto Mora in front of them. Montiel, Obed, and folks, I take them to the World Cup off the bench. Maybe beat Lira for one of those spots.
So Marcel, Mora, Lira.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In medio, we leave out Orbelín Pineda. We leave out Edson because he's in the center back position. Everyone's happy. Y luego adelante, with the 3-5, 3-5-2, right? You can do. And then my Santi and my Raul Jimenez up top.
Well, you'd play with both.
I like the dupla. You need to be offensive. You need to figure out a way.
Not a bad shout. You know, I actually like that too. Not a bad shout.
I think who's being done dirty here that would work well in that 2 would be Julian Quiñones.
Yeah.
But he's just not getting any love.
Yeah, and he played like that con Atlas.
Yeah.
Well, in esa dupla.
Yeah, with Furch. But he freaking is getting 15 minutes a game with the Seleccion, and he goes home. He goes back home and he puts up worldly numbers, but nobody cares about them.
Yeah, I like that lineup. I do like that you have the 2 forwards there, but I think having Lira and Edson might be a bit of a waste. The white players, y que hagan algo, Alexis Vega.
Yeah. 4-3-3 es para el equipo que juega mejor, ¿no? And estos cabrones no juegan mejor que nadie. That's why I think they need those
really
3.
Solid.
They need those 3 in the back, and El Vasco needs to figure out a way to get 0 goals. Si yo meto gol, pues qué chido.
Yeah.
Pero que ellos no me metan.
Por eso maybe Mateo for Gallardo would work there because Mateo loves attacking. Mm-hmm. Que vaya, sube y baje that'd make it perfect for me.
Cool. All right, folks, let's bring it on home with some games to watch this side. Give me some.
We're going to take it to Serie A. You got Roma versus Inter, 2nd versus 4th. Roma not having the best of seasons the past few years, now in 2nd, hoping they can retain that spot, get into Champions League next season and fight the Scudetto.
Let's go. I got MLS Decision Day, folks. Our San Jose Earthquakes against Austin FC. Austin FC is already in. They can't really move up or down, so it's all up to the Quakes. They need a big win, and then they need a combination of results to be able to move in. I'll lay it out for you guys. The Quakes need to win, plus they need 2 of the following 3 to lose. No draws. They need at least 2 points. FC Dallas plays against first place Vancouver. Real Salt Lake plays against third to last St. Louis, so that's going to be tough. And then Colorado Rapids play against third place LAFC with all of their stars back now. The Quakes are in 11th place. They need to get to 9th place, but they can get all the way up to 8th if everybody loses on top of them. So, yeah, we'll be definitely tuning in to them against Austin this weekend.
We're going to take it to Liga MX. You got Clásico Joven, América against Cruz Azul. Both are going to be trying to get into the finals, Liguilla, and win the championship. That's their goals. So this is una, como decimos, final adelantada. Hoping we get fireworks, lots of goals, pero que gane la América.
No.
Nice.
Speaking of fireworks, we got Der Klassiker this weekend in Germany. We got Bayern versus Borussia Dortmund. It's a tale as old as time. Borussia Dortmund has an early opportunity to stop Bayern from doing the inevitable. Bayern is already ahead of everybody by 4 points this early on, and they have a plus 22 goal differential. Dios mío.
Juegan solos, okay.
Parece. I saw every game they were scoring like 5 goals.
We're going to take it to the U20s World Cups. Just because Mexico lo sacaron doesn't mean we won't pay attention
¿Hasta
to
que
it.
juegan?
Sí, juega Argentina contra Colombia
No
for one of the semis, and then Marruecos against France for the other. The final is Sunday, so we'll tune in. My prediction is que se va a enfrentar Argentina-Marruecos. Hopefully, Morocco wins, so cap off a perfect World Cup in 2022 leading up to these guys, and maybe 2026 we'll see the senior squad do well.
Venga, Colombia. That's all right. My last match is Liverpool versus Manchester United. We get Premier League back this weekend. Don't forget to set your FPL lineups, or please do.
Or please don't.
Please do forget. Yeah, algo así. Because this is another chance for Liverpool to drop some points. Arsenal has a 1-point lead right now. They drop points against the United. I don't know. Maybe se despiertan finally.
I don't know.
Zesco has 2 goals, 2 games. Maybe another one. Porfas.
Maybe Amorim is like.
Porfis. He's cooking now. But then Arsenal would have a 4-point lead, beating Fulham. No Raul Jimenez.
What happened that one? What was the point lead when you guys bottled it?
7.
That's tough.
But this is different.
Oh, bueno. That's
what they say City.
Bueno, termina, pues.
Maybe this Liverpool can, I don't know, fall asleep. Well, we'll see, folks. Wishful thinking on my end. But appreciate y'all for tuning in, folks. Subscribe to us on all platforms. Share us with a friend. We got the studio moving a little bit. Tengan calma, por favor. We gotta, martillos and shit. Fucking get to making it looking nice in here.
Yeah, and if you guys share the same grief when Mexico plays, join the Discord.
For real.
We'll all be sad in there.
We are all sad in there, bro. But we'll talk soon, folks.
Peace.
Peace.